to the crossroads, ghosts, spirits, and necromancy. Hades, guardian of the underworld. Persephone, his bride and goddess of death. I call in the waters of liquid death and curse it with a witch's breath. We summon the spirits of heaven and hell and call you forth by ringing a bell.
Have you ever heard of a real witch summoning demons and trapping them inside ends of water?
The dead. I ask you, spirits, those who are listening, I invite you here. I offer this water as a vessel.
Curse this place, invade this product, invade those who would consume.
So whatever you want to do to these dolls, nasty or nice, pins, teeth, I'm gonna feel it all. It might be my last stunt ever.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. I hope every single one of you are doing well. I'm literally in the process of recording 3 different watch-alongs. We're talking about 3 interesting watch-alongs, 3 interesting deep dives, diving down rabbit holes. These deep dives and the details and information in these videos are so interesting because they open us up to what's really going on. You know how the saying goes, you believe nothing and you question everything. And that's exactly what we more or less do on this channel. So if you love that type of content, conspiratorial deep dives, rabbit holes, diving into cases, borderline investigative journalism, looking at things that don't make any sense and trying to make sense of them. And that's exactly what we do. So if you like that content, if you enjoy that type of content, make sure you subscribe, turn your notification bells on so you never miss out on a video, and strap yourself in for this one. This first one we're recording now, because the first one we're recording now was published by The Truth Is. Now, a lot of us on this channel will be familiar with The Truth Is because we've reacted to a number of these videos in the past. But this one right here is entitled, What Was KFC Really Telling Us in Their Latest Commercial? A number of conspiracy theorists believe that a lot of these corporate companies, a lot of these giant, massive companies like McDonald's, KFC, behind the scenes, what they're actually doing, they're summoning and worshipping demons, allegedly. Now, according to what's being said, the recent KFC commercial was extremely dark and demonic. From liquid death using heavy metal inspired branding to KFC bizarre chicken commercial, it seems that massive companies are choosing highly controversial ways to advertise their products. In this video, The Truth Is breaking down the darkest commercials ever made and analyzing the market psychology behind them to figure out why brands utilize the shock advertising strategy. Really, really interesting. I need you guys to fasten your seatbelts and let's get into it.
Back in March 2025, KFC released a commercial so dark that over 1,000 people filed complaints to have it taken down. They claimed this commercial was not only extremely disturbing, but it was also religiously insensitive. You may be wondering what about this fried chicken commercial offended people so much. Well, it was how KFC showed their chicken being made in this scene that had everyone asking questions. In the commercial, a man is depicted walking through a forest when, out of nowhere, he happens to stumble upon a cult doing some strange ceremony in the woods. When they spot him, they grab him instantly. He's then taken down to a lake made of gravy, where he's dumped into the gravy before re-emerging as a piece of fried chicken. The woman then waves a piece of chicken in the air, as if they were about to eat it. This was easily one of the darkest commercials ever put out. When people saw this, they were left completely speechless. Not only did the commercial show what appears to be a cult-like group snatching random people lost in the woods, but also many felt that it seemed to imply that their chicken might be the other white meat. People felt that the way they showed the man being dumped into the lake of gravy and coming out as a piece of their chicken was the company basically implying just that. They also complained that this moment seemed to mimic a baptism. Now, I'm not here saying that this is what KFC is doing at all, but I'm not going to blame people for believing this either. There really aren't many other ways to interpret this commercial. Whether KFC did this intentionally or not, the imagery isn't leaving much room for any other interpretation. The man was literally transformed into a piece of chicken by a cult in the woods. Now, when the backlash finally reached its peak, KFC responded by doubling down. They felt people were just overreacting and refused to pull the commercial. But what do you think? Were people just overreacting, or do they have a right to be mad? I personally feel this commercial was way too dark, and I can't see how it was helpful in selling chicken. After watching this, I did not at any moment think, wow, a crispy fried man chicken is exactly what I want. But KFC isn't the only brand doing this. Why have commercials gotten so dark nowadays? Half the time, you can't even figure out what they're trying to advertise. It seems that these companies choose really disturbing ways to advertise their products. Today, we are breaking down the darkest commercials ever made and trying to figure out what they're really telling us. By the end of this video, you will be left wondering why in the world did these companies even make these ads. In 2013, Mercedes aired an ad during the Super Bowl that is quite literally insane. The commercial stars actor William Dafoe as the devil and starts with a young man staring at a billboard that's being put up for a new Mercedes car. Out of nowhere, the devil pops up at his table and offers him a deal. He shows him everything he can give him in exchange for his soul. We are then shown the man pulling up to a Hollywood red carpet in the Mercedes from the billboard. He is now famous, walking the red carpet and taking pictures with celebrities. At one point, he's even shown dancing with Usher. After the vision, the devil asks him if he's ready to make the bargain. Right before he signs the contract, he notices the price of the car and realizes he can afford it without selling his soul. This was an insane commercial to air at the Super Bowl. Now, while I get the point it's trying to make, that the car is now affordable so you don't have to sell your soul to buy it, there are so many things this implies that are just a bit concerning. The whole concept of the devil offering him a deal for a car is an interesting choice for a luxury car ad. When he's shown the vision, the way he's depicted as a celebrity could be interpreted as the commercial implying a dark bargain is required to become famous. He basically told the guy, if you sign your soul away, I can make you a star. You can have the nice car you want, the girls you want, and the life you want.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense to me.
It's really hard to see this commercial and not think that this is what it's saying. My question is, why would a sophisticated luxury car brand want to be associated with this idea? What's interesting is that this commercial seems to be inspired by an older Argentinian commercial from the 90s. While Mercedes-Benz and its ad agency never officially stated it was a direct remake, the advertising community and car enthusiasts immediately noticed the heavy parallels. Both ads share a nearly identical premise. In the 1998 commercial, a man is seen about to crash into a semi-truck when out of nowhere, time stops. The devil pops up in the back of the vehicle and offers to not only save him, but make him a star if he trades him his soul.
Who that was? I'm pretty sure that's Alec Baldwin. That's Hailey Bieber's father, isn't it?
Just like in the Mercedes commercial, the man
I could be wrong. It might be one of the brothers or it might be someone else.
rejects the devil and this time saves himself. Now, isn't this an odd way to sell a car? What point could they be trying to make with this commercial? It also makes you wonder why two car companies chose this exact same concept. Now, if you thought this commercial was dark, wait until you see what Match.com put out in their 2020 ad named A Match Made in Hell. This commercial was produced by Ryan Reynolds' agency and it's one of the darkest ones I've seen. The commercial starts with the devil sitting on his throne in the underworld when he notices a notification from Match.com. He opens it up and it shows that he was matched with a girl named 2020. They then show the devil traveling to the surface to meet the girl, and they fall in love and become a couple. There's even a scene where they're shown stealing toilet paper together, which is a 2020 joke.
Hi. 2020?
Please, call me 2020.
Call me 2020. I mean, it's so weird that they say 2020 because ever since that year, everything has fallen to shit.
So where are you from?
Hell.
Me too.
This ad always stuck out to me, and I remember seeing it all the time back in 2020. There was another one they used to show too around this time that showed the couple on what seemed to be a reality TV show. I honestly am not quite sure what exactly they meant to imply by this, but what I got from it was quite dark. In the commercial, the woman is named 2020, like the year the shutdown happened. 2020 is shown to be in love with the literal devil. It's like the commercial was implying that the 2020 situation was, in a way, connected to him. The imagery in this one was truly disturbing, and considering everything that was happening at the time, I think it was highly questionable. While I can't tell you exactly why they chose to put this one out, all I can say is what a strange commercial for a dating app. I wonder what was the thought process behind this one. While Match.com's ad was about falling in love with the devil, Taco Bell's commercial depicted joining the secret group that serves them. In 2017, Taco Bell released a string of ads that many noticed depicted some very interesting imagery. In the commercial, they show two people scanning a dollar bill to gain access into a secret club. When they get inside, they show people walking around in cloaks and masks in a room full of strange symbols. The ad is basically showing people getting initiated into a secret group. Throughout the commercial, they constantly show very specific imagery, like in this other commercial where they depict one of the founding fathers doing this hand symbol on the wall. While the ad was meant to be a joke about online theories, no one seemed to understand what any of this had to do with selling tacos. But the one thing that stuck out to me from this commercial was when they said this.
And all these layers only cost $1. Something's not stacking up. Is the $1 stacker reserved for a secret society? Or just anyone with $1? The answer is yes.
I wonder what in the world they meant by that. Just like the others, the theme they chose just seems highly questionable. I just don't understand why companies find this as a useful marketing pitch. Why do you think they keep depicting this over and over? And in the next ad, things only get worse. Liquid Death is also guilty of making several strange, dark-themed commercials for their canned water that are highly questionable. In 2019, they released an ad where they hired a so-called witch doctor named Mystic Dylan to cast a real spell over their entire inventory for the month of October. The commercial jokingly warned customers that drinking the water would turn them into magnets for demons. To undo the curse, the brand sold 99-cent curse reversal spells on the Liquid Death website.
We come in here to curse this place, but first we make it a sacred space. Hecate, goddess of the crossroads, ghosts, spirits, and necromancy. Hades, guardian of the underworld. Persephone, his bride and goddess of death. I call in the waters of liquid death and curse it with a witch's breath. We summon the spirits of heaven and hell and call you forth by ringing a bell. We go and light the sacred flame and call the demons by your name and curse the contents of liquid death. Curse this place, invade this product, invade those who would consume. The spell is cast, the water is cursed. Try as you may, it is hard to reverse.
As a follow-up to that commercial, they release a commercial showing a witch pulling spirits and demons from the underworld and trapping them inside limited edition cans of water. She is literally heard saying that they're casting spells on every can.
Have you ever heard of a real witch summoning demons and trapping them inside cans of water? Inside this very warehouse, it's the entire inventory of liquid death and water. Each can is about infused with real demons by a real witch.
A lot of what I practice can be considered traditional witchcraft.
What you're about to witness is very real, very dangerous, and in my opinion, a terrible idea.
We enter into the dark half of the year. Now is the time of the dead. I ask you, spirits, those who are listening, I invite you here. I offer this water as a vessel for you to come into this world. When the cans are opened, you are released. I welcome you. Now is the time of the dead.
Demon-infused liquid death. If you drink it, will you become possessed?
This wasn't even the worst one. In the next commercial, Liquid Death hires a witch who literally makes a voodoo doll using Steve-O's hair. In the ad, they show a barber cut his hair, which they then use to make this voodoo doll, which Steve-O claims he is going to let people do anything to.
Introducing the Liquid Death all-natural Steve-O voodoo doll. Hi, I'm Steve-O, and welcome to my first supernatural stunt with Liquid Death. Liquid Death is taking all of my hair and weaving it into real voodoo dolls of me for anybody to buy, and they've been activated by a real voodoo practitioner, a witch doctor. So whatever you want to do to these dolls, nasty or nice, pins, teeth, I'm gonna feel it all. It might be my last stunt ever.
Get the new Liquid Death all-natural Steve-O voodoo doll today! Finally, a toy that contains no plastic, just all-natural materials, including Steve-O's real hair. Each one is made by a real witch doctor. So order yours at liquiddeath.com/voodoo today. Hurry, supplies are limited.
If this one didn't freak you out enough, there's also this commercial where they hired Tony Hawk for a collaboration. He is shown in the commercial getting his blood drawn so that Liquid Death can infuse it with paint for a limited edition skateboard. Listen closely to what they said.
Ambassador for Liquid Death Mountain Water. I didn't read the fine print, and now Liquid Death officially owns my soul. And they're gonna mix my blood into the paint and do a limited run of skateboards using my real blood in the graphics. But some profits will go towards killing plastic pollution and to building skate parks in underserved communities. Yeah, so yes, go to liquiddeath.com to get boards with my blood in it. So wait, if you have my blood...
For some reason, Liquid
I have to say, that is totally insane. Why would anyone want to do that?
Death really likes using this theme. On top of all these really dark commercials, they have this one where they show a demon punishing a person in the underworld. Now, Liquid Death is known for using heavy metal inspired branding to market their products. Could this simply be that? Maybe, but that still doesn't change the fact that this is a really weird way to market water. Why would you want to jokingly imply you have a witch cursing the water you're selling? I don't see how in any way that helps you sell it. That commercial is likely the reason I would never buy their product. I don't care if it's a joke or not. That's the type of branding I purposely stay away from. Liquid Death by far has the darkest imagery out of all the companies we've covered today. It's like they purposely want to see how far they can push things. Why do you think these companies like to utilize this specific type of branding? Do you believe in some way it's effective in selling the product? Or could they have another reason behind using it? Now, believe it or not, I found so many other companies using this dark imagery in their marketing too, like this Arby's commercial or these kayak commercials. Unfortunately, I can't get into it in this video, but if you want to see a part 2, comment part 2 below. If enough of you want to see that, I'll make sure to get it done. These commercials reminded me so much of the Apple commercial I recently covered. In that commercial, they show something very interesting in this scene that makes you question what Apple was implying.
Seems like a number of these companies are in fact tapping into dark and demonic energies. Why would they be incorporating the devil in their advertisement? Just like the host said, that advertisement would make me run a mile. Why the hell would they think that would inspire people to go and buy their products? No, I don't know. That last one was a real weird one. There's so much more to come, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be diving down more rabbit holes that are going to be breaking down some interesting pieces of information that are going to make us question everything. I need you lot to stick around. Don't go anywhere. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, but most importantly, leave all your thoughts and all your comments down below. Do you guys subscribe to The Truth Is? His channel will be found in the title of this video. But most importantly, I need you lot to comment down below and let me know what you're thinking after watching that. Any more videos uploading, don't go anywhere. I look forward to seeing you lot on the next one.